Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to be unboxing a little bit of a different type of kit. I have unboxed these before. They are from SoftFlex company, but I haven't unboxed one for a long time and probably haven't ordered one for a good, since probably last spring, so a good 6 months or so. And I like these a lot, and I miss ordering them, to be honest, because they come with everything you need. So if you're a new or beginner beader, these are perfect for you. You can also, they usually sell them with little bead mixes extra. So if you want extra beads or you want to make extra pieces, let's say you like to sell your pieces, then you can buy some more coordinating beads that they sell with them. I don't remember if I purchased the coordinating beads with this kit, but I wanted to show you guys what it's all about. So in case that you are new to beading, this is definitely the kit for you, because like I said, it comes with everything you need, including beading wire. So I'm not gonna keep talking, let's get into it. Let me show you what comes in these kits, and let's see what design I can come up with. Okay, so this, like I said, this bead kit is from SoftFlex, and you have a monthly design kit challenge. They have a Facebook group if you want to join it. It comes with, oh, this one says the Great Bead Extravaganza. There is a group, I think it's called the Great Bead Extravaganza on Facebook, and this one is called the Twilight Sky Design Kit. That's why I picked it, because Twilight Sky reminds me a little bit of winter, so I'm thinking that might be when I purchased this one. Like I said, I have, no joke, you guys, I got like 15 of these kits that I have not unboxed, so we have plenty of material to show you guys. Especially if you're new to beading, you want to stay tuned, you want to subscribe. These kits come with a $5 off. Oh, you know what? This one, I'm just reading here. This one says it expires August 14th, 2022. So that goes to show you how old this kit is. The nice part is that if you purchase one of these kits, they're always going to come with a $5 off coupon code for their website. Again, they're really nice kits. So let me show you really quick. And they, oh, and I forgot, they retail for $34.95, and you'll see everything that comes in it. It's definitely worth it. The company is relatively small, but they've been around for a long time. I've been using SoftFlex beading wire and craft wire for a long time. All right, so here it is. Let's see what it comes. See, so you get your, there we go. So this one comes with some blue craft wire and 22 gauge. You've got some beading wire, and this color is purple amethyst. Look at how pretty that purple is. And let's see. Ooh, look at this pretty butterfly or dragonfly bead included. You've got your ear wires, your clasp. You've got your crimp tubes, and you've got these. What are these? It looks like little moons. Half moon, so it's like different little stages of the, what do you call it? It's not stages. The moon, the phases. Jeez, I can't think. They're different phases of the moon, little charms. I'm gonna pull these all out in a minute. Then we've got this awesome bead mix. Going to. Oh. I heard a bead fly somewhere. Oh, well. I'll grab it in a minute. Look at these little beads here. They're fun. Little pinch. They look like pinch beads. Pretty sure. And then we've got these like rondelles type beads. It even says here. It tells you everything that is in this kit. See how the pinch beads. Lavender faceted check glass rounds, which is these. Blue with gold AB finish check glass rondelles. And the dragonfly check coin. So lots of fun stuff to work with. So let me go and grab my tools and see what we can come up with. All right, so we're going to create a fun wire wrapped bracelet that I hope you guys like. We're going to start off with 18 gauge, and we're going to cut 12 centimeters, which is 5 inches. So it depends on what your metric system. So about 5 inches, a little bit less. So 4 3/4 inches. So we're going to start off with 12 centimeters, and you're going to want 4 of these pieces of wire. Okay, so we need 4 of them. I'm running out of wire. If not, I have another one that I'm gonna run and grab right now. So let's cut 4 of these. All right, then what we're going to take is 26 gauge wire, just like that. And I have design wire. I really like this wire too. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our 12 centimeter piece of wire. Then we're going to measure 3 centimeters from the center. We're going to start our wiring right about 3 centimeters here, which is about a little 1¼ inch. Okay, so 3 centimeters in. You're going to grab your 26 gauge wire. You can use 28 if you don't have 26. I wouldn't recommend anything higher than 20. Anything lower. The lower the number, the thicker the wire. Okay, so anything lower than this, like 24, is going to get harder to work with. Okay, so we're going to start at about 3 inches. 3 centimeters. I'm so used to saying inches. So we're going to take piece here, like so, and we're going to go 1, that, and 2. Okay, so now that we have that wrapped around just to anchor it on, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our second piece, put it on top, like that, and then go through 1 and 2 and wrap number 2, wire number 2. Okay, now we're going to take our third piece and bring it on top, just like that, and bring it through 2 and 3 to grab the third wire. See? And then make sure I got this right. Yeah. And then we're going to put this one on top, like so. And we're going to wrap number 4 by going through 3 and 4. And I'll show you right now how it's going to turn out. So then we're going to go all the way around. We're going to come back down. All right. And then we want to make sure we're 3 centimeters away from the beginning of the wires. So now we're a little too far. Let's do 3 centimeters. And that would be about, that is about 1 1/4. So 3 centimeters, okay? All right, so now that we have wrapped that, we measured it, we're 3 centimeters away. It can get a little wonky. It gets easier once you're wrapping. Come all the way down, and you wrap again the first wire. Then you come back up, and you go through through 2 and 3, and you come up through 1 and 2. You can rewind this as many times as you need to keep going to figure out the weave. Okay, so then we're going to go up. We're going to go up to wrap number 3. So we got 3. We're going to come through 2 and 3. Going to come through there. We're going to go up to grab 4. We're going to come through the 4. Okay, and then we're going to go all the way back down. See? Now we have 2 of these rows. Now we're going to come all the way back down again, and we're going to wrap around the first one. Okay, and then we're going to come back up and go through 2 and 3, like so. And we're going to come back through 1 and 2 to wrap the second wire. And then we're going to come all the way back up to 3 and 4. Oops. Let's go through here, like so. And then we're going to bring it through 2 and 3. Oh my goodness, I can do this. Like this. like that, and then come all the way up. And then now that we wrapped number 3, now we're going to wrap number 4. So we come in and through 3 and 4, like so, and then come all the way around. See? So now we've got our 3 lines. And this is where you want to check, because once you get further along, then it gets tighter. So here's, we want to check this again to make sure that we're still at 3 centimeters, which we are not. Let's kind of move this, slide this a little bit over. Well, maybe not. Now I slid too far. So a little bit more. Let's see. This is where we want to leave 3 centimeters right there, and then straighten this one out. Okay, so now we're going to come down here, and we're going to start a new pattern. And this pattern, we're going to come in through 1 and 2. We're going to wrap 2. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to come up through like this, and then we're going to grab, we're going to go through 3 and 4, like so. Okay, let me move this out of the way because my camera's trying to focus. Through 3 and 4, and grab 3. So go through 2 and 3 to grab the 3rd wire. And we're going to come back all the way around. Alright, so now we've grabbed only the 2 center wires, okay? And then again, we're going to come back down. We're going to do the same 3 times. We did 3 times to begin with, and now we're going to do 3 to the center 2. So again, I'm going to wrap around 2 and come through 1 and 2. I'm going to go all the way up to 3 and 4 to wrap around number 3, the 3rd wire, and come all the way through again. See, now we've got those 2. And you can straighten this out. And again, we're going to go through again, through here. I'm going to wrap number 2, like so. Then we're going to come back through 1 and 2. We're going to go all the way up to the 3rd one. We're going to go all the way up to, we're going to go all the way up to the between 3 and 4 to wrap us around this 3rd wire here. Like so. I'm going to wrap around it. Okay? So that way you can see how it shows nice weave here. So now, again, go all the way down to 1. Going to wrap around 1. And then we're going to go up through 2 and 3, because we're going to grab onto the 2nd wire. So here, like so. And then we're going to go up through 3 and 4, so we can grab number 3. And then all the way up to the 4th one, so we can grab number 4. Like that. Okay? And then come all the way down. We're going to start all over again. And I'm going to do this one, and then these small ones again. And then I will go and finish off the rest of this off camera. Oop, my wire's getting all tangled up here. Alright, so here we go again. We'll go all the way down. And we're going to, you might want to separate these. They can be little unruly. So if you separate it, it makes it a lot easier to make this weave. Alright, coming back down. Gonna wrap around 1. Go back up through 2 and 3. Bring it through 1 and 2. So we can wrap the 2nd one. Come all the way up through 3 and 4. So, and then come back down through 2 and 3. And I'm going to wrap all the way up to 3 and 4. Okay, and then we're going to go all the way down again. We've got 2 now. all the way down. Let's do it again. 1 and 2. Go all the way up to between 2 and 3 to wrap the second wire. And then go all the way up to 3 and 4. That to go through. There we go. To go through the 3, to go through 2 and 3 to wrap number 3. And then we're going to go all the way up to wrap number 4. Okay? This time we're not going all the way down, because remember, we've got to do this here. So we're going to go down to 2. We're going to go down through 1 and 2 to wrap the second wire, like so. Then we're going to go through 1 and 2 to go all the way up to do 3 and 4. 3 and 4. We're going to come through 2 and 3 to wrap number 3. And then go all the way around 3 to come back, to allow us to come back down to 2. So going through 2, 1 and 2 to wrap 2. And then we're going to come back all the way down to wrap, to wrap all the way, to go all the way up to between 3 and 4 so that we can wrap 3. Like that. We're going to wrap 3. Okay, now we go all the way down to 1 and 2 to wrap 2. Like so. Okay, and then we're going to go through, we wrap 2, we're going to go all the way up through 3 and 4 to wrap number 3. And then we go through here. Okay, now we have 3 and 3. See how pretty that weave looks? Okay. Oops. And we're going to continue this until we have another 3 inches on, 3 centimeters on the other side. I'm so used to working with. Oop, now we really went too far. Let's make sure that we've got, this is how you can make sure that you're staying on track and you're not slipping back and forth. Okay. All right. Make sure I've got my 3. There we go. So I'm going to go and finish this up till we have about 3, not that much, 3 left. Okay, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm done with the weaving. And we have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of the tall ones. And then, whatever was in the between, the small ones. And then now I have what we're going to do. I ended up making sure it was centered, because sometimes you don't know. Let me show you exactly how much ended up on each side. Just as long as you have 10 of the long ones, but just so you can see, still ended up being like 2.5. Because like I said, I wanted it to be centered. Well, actually, I'm getting 3 on this side. So I'm just going to slide this over a little bit, and it will end up being centered. And now what we're going to do, this is, we ended up at the top. So what you're going to do is bend this one this way and bend this one this way. See, just like that. Same thing on this side, and only here what I'm going to do is push this down, make sure that it's nice and shoved up against there. And then this little piece here, what you can do, what I like to do instead of cutting it, because sometimes when you cut, you still leave these little points sticking out, which can scrape the skin. So what I was taught to do, because I've taken, I can't even tell you how many hours of wire weaving lessons. I have courses after courses. I've been doing this since 2020. I shouldn't say the C word. And on YouTube, because I don't want to get in trouble. But I've been doing it since 2020, when we were all at home. And I took lesson after lesson of wire work, and I have so many pieces that I've worked on. So, like I said, I was taught to, you grab it from that. If you twist the wire, it work hardens it, and then just pops off, and you don't have any ends that will be poking out. Okay, so here, before we do that, this was the last one. Oops, how did we end up here? So this was the last one. We're just going to do, I forgot to wrap this last top one, so don't forget that. But now what I'm going to do is, and then what we want to do so that this doesn't keep pushing forward is also bend this here. That way the weave stays in the center as we wanted it to, okay? Just like that. So now what we're going to do is just going to wire wrap. I'm just going to wrap this. Push it down, keep wrapping, and once you do, you can always make the spirals on the coiling gizmo, but I find it a lot easier to just wrap it directly on the wire instead of sliding it on. Now you want to leave a little bit, I'm going to show you in a minute. You want to leave a little lip here. It's literally almost nothing. See? You want to leave a little tip, maybe just like that. Okay? Just so that you have a place to grab your pliers. Here you can cut that off like that. Make sure that it's nice and push down. And see, when you cut without, I don't know if the camera's picking up, you can see how the little wire's sticking up. And that's what happens when you cut it off with your pliers instead of wrapping it around in these little crevices, and that's what gets caught up in clothes or scrape skin. All right, so now what we're going to do is, this is the front. So, nope, wrong plier, sorry. You want to grab a needle nose. You want to grab pliers like this with a very fine tip, and just grab the end and twist it like this. Okay, and again, I don't know if I've showed you before, but when you want to have a nice round tip, see, you grab it, and now you have a nice round end. And you can see, this is why it's important to leave a bit like that. Now, if possible, continue with your nylon jaw pliers. Grab your nylon jaw pliers. You can even squish this a little bit. Sorry, my husband's talking to the dogs, if you can hear him screaming in the background. Just keep twisting, and there we go. And put that right here. Okay? Right there. Almost on top. Then we're going to do the same on this side. Here we're going to grab the wire, and again we're going to just start anchoring it. But here you can start a little bit over the end because you're just going to push it down. We'll cut that piece off. We know how now. I'm going to push that up so I can see it for now. Not sure I want to leave this. You want to make sure that it's close to the spiral, even if it's just a little space, but you want to make sure it's close, because once you push it down, it'll get all, like, how can I say, it won't be a tight wrap if you go too far away from the last spiral. So you want to make sure it's nice and tight against each other as much as you can. Like I said, small little gaps isn't so bad, but when you have large gaps, then it won't look as nice and tight. I bought these press-ons and they look so pretty, but I fear they might have been a little bit too long, a little longer than I wanted them to be. Especially when you work with your hands so much like I do. Alright, push that down. That should be good. Alright, so now we will cut. And again, now we'll start. Only this time, I think what I want to do, this is all design, kind of design on the fly situation, is take this guy here and go in the opposite direction. And see, again, we have that weird, so I'm going to cut that, grab the tip as much as I can. No, I don't want to do that, because I'll end up ruining my spiral if I use my regular pliers. You can also use, I think it's called Tool Magic. See, I was able to squish it down and just keep turning. Just keep swimming. Oh no, that was wrong movie. All right, so this guy, I think is what I want, is him to go over on this side. There we go. And then I'm just going to take this, hopefully I can pull this off. That's why it's good to leave sometimes a little bigger piece, even if you don't want to waste too much wire. I don't know if I like it this way. I think I'm going to, I just want to have some curly cues here, which I think will look really pretty. There we go. Okay, so just like that. Then this guy here, we're just going to need one of these guys in the center. So this guy here, we're just going to cut right about there, because we don't need them anymore. And what we're going to do here is just so that the wire doesn't unravel on us, and we don't want anything poking, we're just going to grab him and turn, put him over here. He'll look like a little curly cue that belongs there. See? And then this one, we just need to make a simple loop because 18 gauge is pretty strong for what we're going to do next. Like that, about that much I think should be good. Then we do want our round nose pliers, kind of on the hard side, I'm working down here, under here, but you can do it. It's best to just stand it up and roll it into your loop. Bring it in here. And this bend it this way. Okay. Oops. And that's what I didn't want to disturb the loops over here. There we go. So we have a simple loop right there. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same on this side, and I will be right back. Alright, so now we have the little bar, and then I finished on both sides, and you're probably wondering, what is this going on, Maria? What's happening now? Well, this is just a piece of what we're going to do with the pieces that we have in our kit. So now we are going to take some 22 gauge wire. 22 gauge wire is really good for making loops. It's thin enough But to make the loop, wrap loops, it's thin enough for that, but at the same time sturdy enough to hold up. But you don't, like for these type of pieces, you do need 18 gauge wire. 18 or 20. 20 is a little too, might be a little on the softer side. You want it to be hard. But like this, you definitely want it to have some, so that it's not bending all the time, especially if you're going to turn it into a bracelet. We're going to push this guy down first here to do this, okay? So now I'm going to put that to the side and pick out some beads. So I thought these were really pretty, these big ones here. I've got some clear. I might work with these big guys here, or even, well, these might be a bit too much, or we can either intersperse them. Is that the word I'm looking for? But now what you want to do is you grab your bead here. Okay, these are not going to have, these can't be simple loops, but I did want to incorporate this blue colored wire, but it's very soft. It's soft wire. I can feel it right away. So, because it's craft wire tends to be a lot softer. So I'm just going to cut this here. And instead of making simple loops, I'm just going to make wrap loops. So I'm just going to make one on camera and then go and do the rest. So what you want to do is just bend the wire, grab your round nose about there, bring it over this, and it's so soft that you can even use your hands, but this one's kind of on the short side. I don't know. There we go. Two. You can even probably double up on this one, but that's okay. So, and then cut off the excess like that. Tuck it in, straighten it out. Then grab the wire and again bend the wire at a 90 degrees, bring it around like so, and you can just wrap that like that. Like I said, it's super soft wire, and cut it right there. Okay, right, and then make your next one. It's a big guy here, and then I'm just going to show you quick what happens here. So I'm going to bend the wire in case you are new to beading. You're going to make your wrap loop like that, but before you close it, make sure you grab your other one. Oh my god, you have no idea how many times I have closed the loop and then realize it too late and have to start all over again. I like to use bent nose pliers for in this case, because that way it keeps the bead on there just like that. But you can hold it down like that and then just wrap it. That should be good. And then cut like this. And then you bring it down and do the same. Alright, so I did it this long. So 2 large beads and 3 of the smaller fire polish beads. These beads are so pretty. And so what I'm going to do is open one side. Remember how we made a simple loop? So I'm just going to open one side here. Get in there, open that. Bring this guy through here. And then close it. Make sure it's nice and tight. Kind of have to be careful to get in there. And now just going to measure that. Yep, see, that should be enough for me, for my wrist. See? And because now what we're going to do is I'm going to grab a piece of 20 gauge wire. so. I have the big roll from Beadalon, and just gonna grab about 6 inches. No, not about that much, which is just to measure for you guys. A lot of the stuff I go off just visually. Yeah, it is 6 inches still. So what we're gonna do is take part of it, just like about there, and then you're just gonna bend this in half. Like so. That might have even been too much. Because this is going to be bent in half, so that definitely is too much. So yeah, that's good. So this is a lot of the stuff. I apologize. This is basically working. What do they call it? It's about 3 centimeters. So I didn't plan this. I forget what the name is right now. It's getting late. 1 1/4, about 1 1/4. So you hold it like this. Then you grab your round nose pliers and you put them right at the edge. See, right at the edge. Bring it around. Well, you do have to make that little bend. Bring it around like this. See how it's at the edge of where you're going to make that bend. I mean, at the end of this shorter one. You can even take your bent nose pliers if you have them. Design on the fly. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. And just twist, just to wrap that second one in there. See? And this makes a really easy and lovely hook clasp. I think I'm going to do one more just in case, because I have plenty of wire left. And I'm holding these wrong. They go this way. And like so. That way I grab more of that second short wire. I don't want it to get loose. Then what I'm going to do is cut the end here. About, I want to say about there. And then just grab this little guy here. Grab the end. Again, remember, I don't want it to be all, I want my loop to be nice and round, or my spiral. So then I just squish that down. Like so, and then just grab it, and you can turn. And squish it down on here. See? Now you've got a nice little loop with your little spiral. And then you take this here, this side, straighten it out. And then you just grab it from the center here, about the center. And bend. See? Super easy to make a clasp. And then you take the end here. And you bring the tip up like so. See, super easy. Just kind of readjust everything. And you want to have that tip up so it's easy to hook onto wherever you put it. So now where I'm going to put this guy is on here. Put him on here. And then grab the other pliers to close this guy up. These are 18 gauge. I can tell. I've been working with wire so long now that I can tell the gauge sometimes by just looking at it. So these are 18 gauge wire jump rings. I need a jump ring over here. So put that guy through here. There. So we've got our jump ring here, but I do need a larger one. I'm going to need a larger loop. So that I am going to need some 18 gauge wire. So we're just going to like this, see, and then you put it on this side here, and then do kind of like a figure 8. Because the 18 gauge wire is so thick, it doesn't need to be wrapped because it will stay that way. You can hammer it if you still feel like the wire's not strong enough. Alright, so now you just open this like you would open a jump ring. Grab this guy here, close it. So let's see if it'll hook. Now all we have to do is get one of those tools. Where is it? I wonder if it works. So supposedly you grab, I got this one on Temu, of course. So you grab it like this, then you wrap it around. Oh, how does this work? Like this, and see how it's holding it in place? And then you just, it's the same for every, and there we go, see? And then you just let it go. And see, it still ended up being pretty big for me, so I'm probably going to end up selling it. But there we go. Just putting it in my, either take a bead off, or I will sell it for someone who has a larger wrist, or gift it. So that is our bracelet. Just made this with a little bit of wire and then just a few beads. Look at everything I have left, and I have 3 rolls of the wire, the purple, the blue, and then this what's it called? Well, another blue actual craft wire, beading wire. So there's a ton of beads left, plus the ear wires, the crimps, everything. You're probably thinking, well, Maria, you did not use as much as the kit. I promise you I will continue to use these, but I wanted to show you what's in these kits. And I've been missing working with wire. I love working with wire. I love the way things turn out so elegant when you weave wire. And then I added the little beads, but I still have a ton of stuff left, which is perfect for when I want to make jewelry to upload to my website or my Etsy shop. All the links are in the description box below if you're interested in checking out my sites. So for now, I'll leave you with a video over here that YouTube thinks that you would enjoy watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Bye.